Well, good Saturday to you. I'm meteorologist Lindsay Monroe. We are tracking one more round of what's going to shape up to be pretty heavy rain at times. It moves in this evening. Want to thank everybody for sending in your reports, your pictures, the flooding that's ongoing across the area. That's going to be the focus of the forecast going forward for the rest of the weekend. So that means the good news is the severe threats, the tornado potential, the severe thunderstorms, all of that coming to an end. Not going to be a risk of severe weather, but we do have some heavy rain. We've got a very saturated ground, and it's not going to take a lot of additional rainfall. That's going to have to total onto what's already out there to basically make the flooding return rather quickly. So let's go through what's going on right now. We've got this area of low pressure that's lifting off to our north, but we've also got this secondary cluster of some pretty heavy rainfall that's lifting in our direction, kind of riding along this boundary right here. It's picking up moisture out of the Gulf, pushing it in our direction, basically acting as a conveyor belt of moisture. So while we are seeing a little bit of a lull in the rain right now, kind of right on the backside of this cold front, we've got this next round of rain that is certainly headed in our direction that will add to the rainfall that we've already received. This is just the past 24 hours. We've picked up over 3 inches of rain at the Indianapolis International Airport. Our official observation sites over in Shelbyville, just shy of 2 inches, and then just over 2 inches in Bloomington. But I've already seen several reports and ground confirmation that we have had a lot more rainfall kind of within those official observation sites. So I flipped this over to our radar indicated rainfall amounts, what the radar has picked up on and what it believes the rainfall numbers total to at this point. And we have seen anywhere from Martinsville over to Franklin, potentially in excess of 7 inches of rainfall, according to the radar estimates here. And the zone where we have the highest amounts kind of in this red and in those isolated purple zones from Vigo County down into Monroe County and then over to Rush County in excess of perhaps 3 to 7 inches. And we do know that Morgan County now under a travel warning due to the ongoing flooding that's going on across the entire county. And we have several other counties that are now included in a travel advisory. This is new because of all of the rain we've had in the past 24 hours. We've got this flood warning that's going to be in effect. So you see these brighter green lines. This is highlighting places from Crawfordsville to Delaware County, Hamilton County South. That flood warning going to be in effect through 1 o'clock this afternoon. But then we've got this darker shaded area that includes all the way up into Randolph County. That is going to be an ongoing flood watch that runs all the way through Sunday morning for the potential of another 1 to 2 inches of rainfall expected through Sunday afternoon. As far as what we're looking at from a river gauge standpoint, we are really starting to see some of these river levels get elevated. All these individual dots represent where we've got a gauge measuring different creeks, different rivers, waterways across the area. And we start to kind of get concerned when we see these oranges and these reds. And these have really gotten elevated since I've been here at the station this morning. We are seeing some numbers that are starting to go up. So I wanted to map a couple out for you. This one down in Seymour, it's going to be the East Fork of the White River, currently reporting 17.6 feet. Now that is already at a moderate flood stage. Action stage, by the way, is 8 feet. So that goes potentially as high as 19.2 as we get into Monday morning. The forecast crest is expected on the 6th at 19.5 feet. Keep in mind the record there is 21 feet. So we're going to get very close to near record levels for the East Fork of the White River. That's the forecast. So we're going to monitor that over the next couple of days. Another one that we've been watching is the Driftwood River in Edinburgh, right now measuring just shy of 14 feet. The action stage on this one at 9 feet. That's expected to stay in a moderate flood all the way through its crest, which is forecast at 15.2 feet in the afternoon hours of Monday. And then as far as additional rainfall, we are looking at around 1 inch around the Indy Metro, potentially as high as 2 inches for our southernmost counties. So this is additional rain on top of what has already fallen. And this is likely going to start to begin over the next few hours. Let's walk you through the timeline here. So we are seeing a little bit of a lull. This is through 1 o'clock today. Notice that the rain's going to start to pick back up in our southernmost counties after about 1 p.m. Rain becomes more widespread, will start to become more intense in some spots. So we're talking heavier rainfall. Those rainfall rates could potentially start to lead to some localized flooding once again. This is at 5 o'clock today. Going to be a cold rain at that, with temperatures likely set to fall back into the 40s. Then we get into about 10 o'clock. Believe our northern counties will see the rain wrapping up first. Should start to wrap up around the Indy Metro come 10 p.m. We'll hang on to the southeasternmost tier of the state, although the heavy stuff's going to wrap up. This is just going to be some light lingering rain showers that will take us on through the overnight. Then we get into tomorrow. This is going to be a transitional day as that much cooler air takes back over for Sunday. We've got one more cold front that's going to move through. Do not believe the rain on Sunday will be as intense as what we're anticipating tonight, but still a little bit more going to be added onto our total, and temperatures are going to drop back potentially into the 30s as we get into Sunday afternoon. And whenever we've got that colder air overhead that can mix down to the surface and mix with the rain, creating more of a wintry mix setup. So let's take you to Sunday morning. This is at 7 a.m. Going to be some dry time as we get our Sunday started. Then the rain starts to pick back up. This is, again, one last round. This is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice we're going to have a lot of temperatures, kind of at the low 40s, upper 30s at this point. Temperatures will continue to drop. This is around 5 p.m. on Sunday. Any lingering moisture still at this point. We could potentially see some ice pellets or some snowflakes mixing in. Then we get into Sunday night. Temperatures will be back near freezing across the board as this moisture starts to wrap up. Some light snow going to be possible. This is 10 o'clock Sunday evening. That dry air starts to take over. Temperatures will continue to drop, and then we've got some dry time that we're going to dry things out during the first part of next week. Now, we could briefly, this is Monday afternoon, see some wraparound moisture in the far northwestern, I should say northeastern tier of the state. But after that, it's going to be about it. We've got a lot of dry time as high pressure will build back in for Tuesday. But this is going to be kind of like an Arctic high pressure system. It's going to bring in some much cooler air. So as we dry things out on Tuesday, going to be pretty cold to get the day started. We're looking at morning low temperatures around 27, a high of just 44. We're back to 55 on Wednesday. Could see a spotty shower, nothing major. Really nothing major for the rest of the week. Another chance of some lingering rain Friday or Thursday morning. 58 your high there, and then we'll continue to warm back up near 60 by Friday. So we're going to be here watching the radar for you. Keep in mind we've got that ongoing flood warning through 1 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. Flood watch continues through Sunday morning. An additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible for tonight through Sunday afternoon before we wrap up this rain event.